every one of us have to know these true facts about sin of an angle. Highest is 1, lowest -1. Cos of an angle, highest also 1, lowest also -1. So this true fact will enable us to find the range. Zihan, can you help me to wake him up? He's awake. Okay, make sure you are. So this will help us to find the range of a given trigo function like this. Okay, so next, we also have to know if we need to solve any trigo equation, like for example, I say cos of an angle equal to 0, or sin of an angle equal to 0, or cos of an angle equal to 1, sin of an angle equal to 1. So this one, I must refer to which one? I must refer to this circle. Am I right? I must refer to this coordinate, 0 and 1. Hey, 1 and 0, sorry. 1 and 0. Here, 0 and 1. Here, -1, 0. And here, 0, -1. Am I right? If the size of the angle is 0, then I will know that cos angle 0 is equal to 1, because the y coordinate of any x coordinate of any point that lie on this circle represent the cos of the angle. That is how the definition goes. So if the angle now come to here, that is pi/2. So I will know that cos this angle pi/2 will give me 0. So that means if I say cos of an angle equal to 0, so the angle can be pi/2. Angle can be written in any form, or the angle can be 3π/2. Okay, or if we go second round, here will be 2π. You keep adding 2π to every part. If you go second round. If you go third round, you add 4π. That is how it goes. And cos of an angle, if it's equal to 1, that means the angle can be 0, or the angle can be equal to, no. Yeah, 0 and, wait, cos of it, 0 and pi. Equal to 1. Only 1, that's the angle equal to 0, or second round 2π, or third round 4 pi. It go on and on like that. That is how you analyze from there. Are you clear? So you need to use this one for this case and this case. Okay? So clear? So I want you to try first. Got it? So these are the two important facts that you have to jot down in your notes. You have to follow. That's it. Let's talk about trigo. Clear? Hello? Okay. So you try and work it out. After 15 minutes, that means by 2:30, I will start explaining it. Okay, so fx is equal to 3 times sin of an angle so whatever whole thing in the sin and cos is considered as an angle, okay? Take away 2. Okay, so to do part A, you start with true fact about sin of an angle. Sin of an angle, the angle can be written in any form I like. Highest is 1. Lowest is -1. Okay, so 3 times of sin of an angle. So highest will be 3, lowest will be -1, -3. Am I right? So for fx, highest will be 3 minus 2, which is 1. Lowest will be -3 minus 2, that is -5. I'm done with part 1. Okay? So, when I'm doing part B, sketch the graph. I know that the y will not go beyond 1 and will not go below -5 from part A. So when I prepare the axis, that's how I'm going to do it. 1, -5. Got it? Okay, so I go to the graphic calculator, I key in the function, go to the window, do a zoom set, x minimum at 0, x maximum as 20, do a zoom fit. Okay, after you do a zoom fit, don't sketch the graph first. Get the value of x when x equal to 0. What is your y? 0, 0.121, jot down. When your x equal to 20, the endpoint, 0.761. So these are the things that you have to jot down first. Your graph goes some sort like this. This is my sketch. So I have to get the coordinate of this point first. So local maximum. And in this case, it's also global. 2.56 and 1. Am I right? And local minimum. Is 20 and now 11.8 and -5. Okay, now if I do like that, look, here is 10, here is 20, okay? 20 is 0.76. Okay, the inflection point is, the stationary point is here. So it's around here. So I make a mark first. Starting point is around here. And local minimum is around here. And the ending point is around here. So my graph roughly. Then you jot down the coordinate. Hello? Do you get me? That is how you sketch the graph. Get all the things ready, then only sketch on it. So you realize that they will have two stationary points here and two inflection points here. Oh. This will be a better one. Okay, so you jot down. Here is 2.5, 2.56, 356. Okay, 2.36. Yeah, you are right. Okay, 36. So this is 11.8, -5. And here is 20, 0.76. And here starting. So you have to jot down all. Are you clear? So if you look at here, there are two inflection points here. Am I right? So you roughly know what is your inflection point value. So that's why I asked you to sketch the graph first, so that when you do your part C, you will know what is the answer. So far, so good about the graph. So please, in the exam, if I ask you to sketch the graph, right? If it's 2 marks, shape correct, 1 mark. Without all the point, your 1 mark, bye-bye. Very important. It don't have to be very accurate, but the scale must be reasonable. Clear? Okay, let's go to part C. Let's go to part C, shall we? Okay. So when you talk about part C, part 1, your fx is equal to 3 times of sin x. Sin, the angle is this, -2. So you have to differentiate first, because you want to talk about stationary point, that means the gradient equal to 0. So when you differentiate sin, what do you get? You get cos. Copy down the angle. Then you have to multiply by the derivative of the angle is 1/3. Then take away derivative of 2 is 0. I purposely write down for you to see. So I can simplify this. May I know who is that? Is it from someone outside? Or from our class? Okay. So my f prime x is equal to cos 1/3. So the angle is called, so whatever inside here is the angle. Okay, so equal to 0. So the moment we have this, we will straight away refer to this. Yeah, 0, 1. Because x coordinate represent the value of the cos of the angle. So the angle is pi by 2. And another one is here. The angle here is 3 pi by 2. So I'm looking at this. I'm teaching you where to look for. Huh? The relationship is here. This one, this one, this one. See or not? Okay. So now I'm going to write down properly. That is, my angle 1/3 x plus pi by 4 is equal to pi by 2. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to use your calculator to get the exact value of x from here. So you see here is half. So you just take out your scientific or graphic calculator, half, take away 1/4. Here is a plus, bring over is 1/4, then times 3. What did your calculator give you? 0.75, is it? All right, so it's 3/4. Am I right? So your x will be equal to 3 pi by 4. So that is your exact value. You relax and use your calculator to count. Are you clear? So I tackle this one first. Okay, next. Next, I will tackle this one. Okay. So my angle 1/3 x plus pi by 4 equal to 3 pi by 2. So same thing, I use my scientific calculator or graphic calculator, up to you. I take 3/2, take away 1/4, then I times 3. So you don't have to calculate manually. So what do you get? Turn it into a fraction. 15/4. Am I right? Is it 15/4? Okay. So my x will be 15 pi by 4. Okay, if you get this one, the approximate value of this one is 2.36. The approximate value of this one is 11.8. Yes? Are you okay? So I'm going to try the next round. The next round means like that. Because I don't know, I have to work. So I try the next round. When you try the next round, what you should do is your angle, this is your angle, is equal to pi by 2. Every round you take, you plus 2 pi. Got it? So now you also take out your scientific calculator. You take half. Because here is a half, here is a 2, here is a 1/4. You can just leave the pi aside. Then you times 3. So what do you get? 9/27, correct? Am I right? So your x is equal to 27 pi by 4. Okay. correct? So this is greater than 20. So this is not the solution. So you can stop. Are you clear? Because our domain is between 0 and 30. When you do trigo, it's a very tedious task. You don't complain, please. It's a very tedious task. Okay, you just have to do it. And I'm trying my best to teach you how to use your calculator to minimize your calculation. Are you okay? Okay, good. So that is how you go. And you know that. So now I can make a conclusion. So I don't have to draw sign diagram for this one to prove because I have the graph to prove it to me. So I will say 3 pi by 4. And here you know is 1 from the graph. Am I right? Here is your 3 pi by 4. And the y is 1. Got it? If not, you put into here and do the calculation. Yeah. So 3 pi by 4 and 1 is the local. And in this case, I also can say global. Why? Because my y doesn't go beyond 1. Okay. And 15 pi by 4, comma, negative 5 is the local minimum. Done. So you see, trigo is something that is very tedious, but you get the hang of it, you can do very fast. Hello? Got it? Okay. Can I move to the next one? Okay, next one will be C part 2. My f prime x is equal to cos the angle. So now, to get the inflection point, f double prime must be 0. So f double prime x is equal to, differentiate cos, you got negative sin. Differentiate the angle, you get 1/3. Correct? So to find inflection point, f double prime equal to 0. So the only thing in this expression can be 0 will be the sin of that angle itself. 1/3 cannot be 0. So I write down sin of this angle equal to 0. Okay, so I have to look for the coordinate y that is 0, whereby is this point. So that means the angle is 0, and this point where the angle is pi. Am I right? So I have two situations here. So now I start to write down step by step. My angle is equal to 0. So which means that my x will be a negative value. So this is less than 0. So this is not the solution. Why? Because our x must be greater than 0. Am I right? Done with this one. So I go to the next one. Yes, may I know what happened to you? So I go to the next one. So same thing, you can use your scientific calculator. You take 1 minus 1/4, then times 3. So it will be 9/4. Am I right? So it will be 9/4. X will be 9π/4. Am I right? Okay, so so if you want to know the value of y, you can get back to your graph. You can get back to your graph. Here is your, okay, you can go back to your graph and look for the value, and you type in 9π/4. And you give me the value of the y. And I tell you it's -2. Is 1 plus -5 divided by 2. Sin and cos have this type of things. The inflection point always is the midpoint of the highest and the lowest point. Is it you get -2? Yes or no? Okay. So we go back to that. So the F 9π/4 will be -2. So this is the first inflection point that I have. And end of the class, I should say something. Okay, so now we know that there is another inflection point, correct? So from here, I go second round. Yeah, when you go second round, which means that you will come back to 2π. Am I right? So I will say 1/3 x plus π/4 is equal to 2π. Okay, so you got your x equal to, so take out your calculator, 2 minus 1/4 times 3. So you see, relax. Counting is something that you don't use your brain and count. You use your brain to decide how to do. 8, 9, 27. Is it 27? 21. Or 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 21π/4. So you go back to your graph again. 21π/4. And it also give you -2. Correct? Okay, so these are the two inflection points. Okay? Can? Okay, good. So now we are going to do our part D. We are going to do our part D using the graph. Look, I'm going to refer to the graph. Okay, part D. Part D say fx is increasing with increasing rate. So look, increasing part is here and here. So increasing with increasing rate, it will be starting from here to here. Am I right? So that means your x is between this value and 21π/4. So part 1, the answer is x between 11.8 if you want to put. If not, you put the exact value as what you have and 21π/4. Okay, next one. Decreasing with increasing rate. That is this part, go down but become steeper. So the answer for second part will be x between 2.36 and 9π/4. So when you talk about trigo, right? Sign diagram of fx, f prime x and f double prime x, right, will kill you. But the graph will help you. Are you clear? The graph will help you. So usually when I answer trigo question, I will try to sketch the graph accurately first. Because trigo is something that is not like normal other function. It can keep repeating. And you see, usually we won't ask you for inflection point. Sin and cos, correct? The inflection point is the midpoint. Midpoint, the highest and the lowest. So I will know the y coordinate of the inflection point very easily for trigo, for sin and cos. So that's why usually we don't ask for that. Okay, I let you see it so that you know what am I talking about. If I straight away tell you, you don't experience it, you will know. Okay, so please try your kinematic and your rate of change question. Yeah, from the textbook. So tomorrow, the first lesson, I will talk about whatever in chapter 3. If you have any question you cannot do, I will help you to do. And during lecture, I will teach you how to integrate. Yep. Yeah. So I told you already, our SAT. Never mind, tomorrow only tell you. SAT 4. I'm going in a very systematic manner already, okay? So please, thank you, class.